What's up? My name's Cody, and this is my plan to make some extra money during all this stupid COVID shit. I just picked up a 1983 Toyota pickup for $500, and it needed a head gasket, some other random stuff. It's a little rusty and whatnot, but plan on switching out the bed, and found one of those for about $150, and then doing the head gasket, and after that, list it up, try and sell it for around $3,000, see where I get from there. Not too bad of shape. We had some little rust issues kind of down in there. Actually kind of cleaning it up some more. Just had some spray paint. I want to see what it looked like on there. Oh, if you look at the bed, it's pretty shot. Not the best, but the interior in it is actually really complete. It's got a nice seat. The dash is pretty much all complete. It's missing the radio, but yeah, it's only got 90,000 original miles. Kind of a hard deal to pass up. $500. Just needed a head gasket. So that's my plan. So I actually already did the head gasket on it. It actually runs fairly well. In the process, doing the head gasket, when I went to put in the new intake gasket, which is down there, I tore it. I just tried to put some RTV on it and hope for the best, and it's leaking. So that's what you're actually going to be seeing me change today, is the intake gasket and the valve cover gasket. Now, to start off, I'm no mechanic. I have no training in being a mechanic. Just kind of mechanically inclined. Go for it. Watch lots of YouTube videos and pretty much find step-by-step stuff on how to do it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. But first I gotta start by taking off this air cleaner, and then I'll drain the coolant out of the radiator because the intake has coolant in it, and we'll go from there. I was being lazy. I could have taken the carb off and it would have made it a lot easier to get some of the bolts, especially this one that's here. It's down underneath the intake. Probably saw me struggle there. Now if you look at it, it's a brand new intake gasket, but right here, see this RTV? I ripped the gasket in half right here. And so I was hoping I could just get away with putting some high temp RTV on there, and it didn't work. I was having a coolant leak right here. So got a new one. We're gonna switch that out. And I'm also gonna do the valve cover gasket, because when I did the head gasket, the one that I had didn't come with the valve cover gasket. So I was hoping to reuse the valve cover gasket, and well, as you can tell, there's oil leaking out there, and then I need these new little O-rings. So I got both of those. So I think I might actually pop this off first and do the valve cover gasket, and then do the intake gasket after that. So that way I'll have the intake out of the way. Should make it a little easier. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop the head or the valve cover gasket, change that out, and then we'll change the intake gasket and put the intake back on. Alright, so I got the valve cover off. This is that gasket I got changed. It's just kind of like a, pull it out of there, like a little O-ring pops into this little valley here. Seals around here. And also the new gasket comes with these. Pop that out of there. There's these little C's that fill these channels here. So I gotta clean this all out. All this here. And pop the new one in. Hopefully it doesn't leak while I'm here. I'm gonna clean, because it was leaking. I don't know if you can tell. That's kind of got a light skim of oil all over it, so I'm gonna degrease that and clean it up. Would like to point out, I don't have any fancy tools while I'm doing this. I mean, this little box here is from Harbor Freight. It's $100, and it pretty much has everything you need. I mean, I have this truck here, and I built a head gaskets on it. And right here in this driveway, with that little toolbox, I redid the head gaskets on this. It's a 350 Vortec. I have a 96 Suburban. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is pretty simple. Just take your time, keep track of what you're doing. And if you have questions, go to YouTube. There's always a video on something. And I do have a couple toolboxes here. Sorry, my little garage is a mess, but I mean, that box is full of tools, that box is full of tools, and that box is full of tools. But I always find myself, since I can't work on anything in this garage, out here in the driveway. And it's hard to tell. It can come from the side. But this driveway is at a slant. So rolling even that little green cart in there out here, it's kind of a bitch, because it just wants to keep rolling back into the garage. So I always find myself grabbing this little Harbor Freight box, because it, for the most part, has everything you need. Yeah, it's just, anybody can do this stuff. Just gotta go for it. Alright, so while that's drying off, I'm gonna take off this whole gasket here, which I still have to remove this, and then that'll be off. I'll be able to slide the new one on there, so then when I'm ready to put the intake back on, I'll be good to go. So we got that gasket off. Just want to make sure that this whole surface here is all clean. So that's what you saw me doing there with that little scraper. When you're using that, you want to be careful not to nick it or anything. Yeah. So now I'm going to pop that new gasket on and probably switch out that valve cover gasket, put that back on. Alright, got that back on. Got the new gasket in place. Now I'm going to pop the intake on. Bolt her back up. Hopefully she'll fire up. We'll see. So we got the intake all back on. I think I got most of the vacuum lines right. I don't fucking know. But next, I got to fill it back up with water. And I'm going to use water, not antifreeze, just in case that intake gasket is leaking again. I don't want to spill a bunch of antifreeze everywhere. So my plan first, though, because my heater is working but not getting super warm, so I'm kind of thinking my heater cord is plugged. So what my plan is these are the two lines that are going in there. I'm going to disconnect this hose here and disconnect this and shoot water through this hose and basically back flush the heater core. Hopefully get some shit out of there. We'll see. Yeah, that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. So I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm gonna have it kind of in fast motion there, but there's a lot of rust and shit that came out of there. So hopefully that was the trick. Hopefully it was just a little clogged up. We'll have a nice blasting heater when we're done. Alright, well, I guess that's part one of how I plan on making some money during COVID. You know, someone might ask, why would you buy a rusty old Toyota pickup? Well, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and Toyotas are what sell around here. No matter what they look like, you should see the prices people are asking for them. So I figured it'd be a pretty quick, easy sell. It's a little bit of elbow grease into it. You know, next I just plan on And I come in the interior here and kind of just clean it up, pull out the floor here and clean it up, throw some floor mats in it, clean the headliner. You know, just simple little stuff like that. Clean it up, make it more appealing to someone's eye. Yeah, you know, like I said, anyone can do this. It just takes a little elbow grease. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you made it this far. I'm not very good at this. I just started doing this, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys. Bye.